I had a terrible sense of dread from the prospect of Dennou Coil. Maybe it was the way I looked it up on a mal, and every bloody review of it sounded like these guys scored very high in philosophy classes, and that's never a good sign. When people start to overthink, it means that either it's very esoteric or all style, no substance, like the majority of art and feature-length anime these days. Sometimes I'm really grateful to the almighty gods of anime that nowadays there's not a lot of 26-episode shows. True that 12-episode format usually breaks whatever plot the original source had, as worker drones die from starvation in hundreds just to make one episode, but at the very least, if the anime is not to your tastes, you don't have to sit through it for 3-4 days to complete. Dennou Coil is an original sci-fi work of Mitsuo Iso, created in 2007. The plot of this show is as followed. In God knows what exactly year, someone clever created the Google Glass, and now everything uses the Google Glass, along with the alternative reality or cyberspace that covers the entire city, thus gamifying it. And since we're in a game, we follow a bunch of elementary school kids with these glasses essentially playing a massive MMO in real life. They go around the city, mining bitcoins and illegal Mexicans, run away from this antivirus that has the most retarded design I've ever saw for a program, and all the other shit kids do, only less imaginative. And there's also the blasted Silent Hill-esque wasteland that is Mexico, but that's too much information. To put it bluntly, I wasn't impressed with the plot. The first part is for all intents and purposes a slice of life about these kids' shenanigans, and the second part is a lame moral message of people relationships are hard, man, occasionally mixed with we don't understand what the fuck we are using. And what's most annoying to me is the sci-fi part of it, that throughout the majority of this anime might as well be magic with how it's explained or used, and although the anime does explain a lot of its quirks in the later episodes, the seeming lack of consistent logic within the universe not once made me believe that the author just creates random shit as we go, and as a result, for every answered question we'll get 2 or 3 more. The characters also aren't very pleasant. They're either utterly forgettable or annoying little brats who need a good dose of spanking. There are a few characters that are consistent and therefore pleasant, like Daichi and Isako, but they are a minority in a sea of mediocrity, and a lot of people seemingly tend to agree with me. The graphics of this show are actually pretty decent, which is not that surprising considering that Mitsuo Iso's main job is an animator. It reminded me in many ways of Studio Ghibli's works, the same easy for the eyes style. The music is pretty much non-existent, mostly piano tunes that fall into the filler music type. Good that it's there, but you'll definitely won't even notice that it's actually there unless deliberately listen for it. Well, I think that sums up all of my major nitpicks. I should clarify that altogether they probably won't be enough to turn off those of you looking for a pretty anime with a more or less decent plot. However, those people that like stuff like Gantz or Steins Gate will be a little disappointed by it, because the sci-fi elements here are as well written as they are in Stephen King's novels, and the characters are an imaginative bunch of toddlers playing in imagination with their stupid magic glasses. Again though, it shouldn't be a deal breaker. I think the worst thing I can say about Dennou Coil is that now that I have watched it, I will almost certainly never rewatch or think about it again. Not that it's bad, it's just went into my soul said, yep, it's not that terrible alright, and then promptly kicked it off the car. See, one of the major problems in writing sci-fi stories is that your world building has to be not only technical, but also logical, not only for the common people who probably don't even know how lighters work, but also to people that are well educated in the thing you're trying to use as a plot point. By itself, the thin line between reality and cyberspace was a nice idea. The usage of Tori was a nice idea. The whole culmination of the plot was well, it certainly made sense, I'll give it that. And the Mexicans were certainly a thing. But combined, this all creates an average anime that will generate a bit of a buzz and overthinking about it and then be promptly forgotten, like the majority of these days' YouTube celebrities.